Hey guys, what's up? Nurse Crystal here, aka the Neurodiverse Nurse. I am coming to you live with my first YouTube recording. Hey! Anyway, I'm a little nervous, if you can't tell. But I thought I would come on here and just kind of give you a rundown about what my channel is going to be about, why I'm here, why this is an important thing to me, why I'm interested in coaching, and what led me down this path. I'm just trying to pull up my show notes here. They seem to disappear. Okay, yeah, let's open that back up, please. And just kind of let you know why you should even watch this or why you should even be interested. So, as I said, my name's Crystal. I've been a nurse for over 5 years now. I have been in the medical field for 13 plus years. I was a board certified sleep technologist before deciding to quit that career because I was working nights and that just didn't work out for a long-term life for me. And so I went into nursing school and I worked my way up from LPN to RN, and my primary focus over the last 5 years has been psychiatric nursing. I'm really into psychology and typing indicators such as MBTI and Enneagram and your Big Five and your colors and all of that. And I went into coaching because I decided that while I loved psychiatric nursing, it was very interesting and I got to advocate for patients a lot. I felt that my personal personality and quirkiness and neurodiverseness was meant for different things, and so that led me to coaching. I love the idea of coaching because I love working with people to accomplish their goals, and I can really drive some results for people, and so that's really important to me. And I get to work with people one-on-one in a really intimate way and change the world. So this is my avenue to do that. I just started coaching this year and I am very excited to get it off the ground. So I hope you will join me in my journey of working on being a coach and growing in coaching and helping other people improve their lives. A little bit of background about myself. I grew up in a very poor suburban neighborhood in Dallas, Texas. My parents were not high school graduates, either one of them. So I come from a very limited background of capabilities and access to resources and things like that, which is another reason why coaching is passionate for me, because I want to help people who also come from similar backgrounds like I do realize that they can still accomplish their goals and help them gain access to certain resources and just share the knowledge that I've learned coming from that sort of environment. My household was pretty traumatic growing up, and so my being able to overcome my traumas and all of the things that I've learned in doing that, and my many, many years of personal therapy I've undergone as well, are just a lot of experiences that I feel like will help me in my coaching. And so I'm excited to be able to do that. Having come from low income housing and standing in food bank lines when I was a single mother, and a lot of the things that I've done, which I'll get into more later, now I consider myself pretty successful. I have achieved 3 different degrees. My certificate degree in licensed practical nursing. I have an associate's degree in arts and also an associate's degree in registered nursing. So it's doable. I also have ADHD, and so coaching people with ADHD and neurodiverse issues is also something very dear to my heart. I've learned a lot of ways to cope. I wasn't diagnosed with ADHD until I was an adult female in my mid-20s. And I think if I had been diagnosed earlier, I would have maybe accomplished things in a different way. but I am still proud of myself, and I feel like some of the things I did struggle with have led me to know all the hacks that I know and different things that I understand about helping people to cope with ADHD and some neurodiverse symptoms. So those are the two groups of populations that I really want to help in the neurodiverse community. But I also am very educated on helping people that are on the spectrum in other ways with autism spectrum disorder and that sort of thing. And I have a child who's diagnosed as well. And so that's very passionate to me. So that's kind of why I wrap all of those things up into just the term neurodiverse. I am looking forward to helping people who are neurodiverse because it is a superpower. Despite some of the struggles, we tend to be very creative and hardworking, and we don't give up, and we have a lot of really great ideas to offer the world. A lot of the technological and revolutionary advancements in our civilization have come from people that are considered neurodiverse. And so it's very important to me on the spectrum of how impactful to the whole world it is that those people understand that they can take those ideas and make them a reality. Because a lot of the things we have in our current society wouldn't exist had somebody not been able to find the strength to do that. So that's a big part of it for me as a coach, and kind of what I hope my life's legacy will reflect is that I helped bring those people to the forefront to accomplish great things and to be able to be as successful as I consider myself to be now. So I now own my own home, and it's very nice. I love it. And I have a successful relationship and great relationship with my children, and some really great friends that I'm passionate and close to have done a lot of self-growth. And while I still struggle with some of my own mental health issues related to my neurodiversity, I think it's important to be open about it, and I hope to reduce a lot of mental health stigma while I'm working on coaching and getting information out there. And I have this innate yearning to help educate others and offer information that I know. And for somebody with ADHD, it's also important that I do this in other forms of media, because we have very hard times typically reading books and staying on task and staying concentrated and finishing those books. And so videos and audio media, really help us to kind of intake information. And so I'm excited to share this. Like I said in the beginning, I am a bit nervous. It's taken me some personal working up to get to the point where I feel comfortable being in front of the camera all the time. I do struggle with some symptoms of body dysmorphia, but I think that just kind of comes from the perfectionistic side of ADHD, where we have a lot of self-doubt, and so we tend to feel like everything has to be perfect. I have to look perfect. I have to present perfectly. One of the biggest things I struggle with being a neurodiverse nurse is that, I don't behave like a lot of other people, I guess. And so presenting myself in a way that I feel like is going to bring respect to my profession, but while I can still be raw and honest and real, because that's who I am. And so that was a big barrier for me wanting to start videos. Am I going to look nursey enough? Am I going to be respectable? But I hope that you will find me raw and open, and that helps you feel like you can do the same and still hold, you still deserve respect and love, and all of the knowledge that you have is still important. And that little bit of your brain that is telling you that you can't do it, or you don't know enough, or who are you to think you can be out here spreading knowledge? Well, you won't know until you try. And so here I am, breaking my own glass barrier, and I hope to be able to do that for other people. I hope that you get out of this show, even if you don't want to move forward with any kind of coaching with me. I hope that this show at least helps you feel accepted and loved, and that you learn a lot of really great things and that you're on this journey with me. And I would love to hear from anyone who's interested in talking to me about some of these subjects I'm really passionate about. Just as an aside, when I mention those typing indicators, I am an 835 tri-type in the Enneagram, which I will be doing an episode on. I know there are tons of episodes about Enneagram, but I figure some of my viewers probably still haven't heard of it. So I'm going to do an episode about that, and that will tell you a little bit more about me. But one of the parts of my tri-type, the fives are very inquisitive. They love to do research. I think that's also kind of part of my ADHD, because when I get into a hyper-focused mode, I can spend hours researching or reading about certain topics. And a lot of other people don't have the patience or time or desire, or they're just not into reading, which is totally fine. We're all different, right? And to be accepted and celebrated as we are. But because I have that trait, then I can take that information and break it down into layman's terms, or make it a little more compressed where I can still educate people. And so I really hope to share those topics that I'm very passionate about with the world. And my goal really is to just inspire you to be incredible. I didn't go into coaching hoping that I would, become a millionaire. Well, I shouldn't say hoping, because I think we all hope to financially do well, but that's not my primary goal. I really want to inspire people. And so if you're just here to watch the videos, I hope that you like and subscribe and get those notifications so that you can see the videos regularly. And I hope you learn lots of information that you share with your friends, and this just becomes a really great experience for both you and me. So I am really glad that you're here. I'm glad you're reviewing my first video. To all my friends and family that are viewing this, I thank you so much for your support. And I hope that my other fellow nurses out there are doing well, and I'm sending a shout out to them in this pandemic and all of the hard work that we're doing. I am still doing some bedside nursing, and so I am still in the pit of it while I am sharing this information with you. But what better time than now, while we're in a pandemic and people are working on themselves and working to get better, than to share this information and start this show up. I also host a podcast weekly with my co-host Felicia Mills. It's called the Mental Myths and Mysteries podcast. We also have a YouTube channel. You can find us on Mental Myths and Mysteries, and I hope that you will enjoy listening to that. This channel will be a little bit more topic and education oriented. That channel is for me to have a lot of fun, and you'll find me being a little more raw there. And that's great. I think that it's good for me to have an outlet where I can just be raw and talk about things and really be able to express myself in that way. And so on that show, we tell stories weekly about different people throughout history that are struggling with some mental illness issues, just to kind of reduce the stigma, let people know that, there are very famous people who struggled with things, or people who accomplished really great things for our country that still dealt with symptoms. And I hope that the stories are interesting. I hope that you are drawn to them because you want to learn about cool people, but at the same time, it's a great way for us to kind of gently touch on mental health issues and reduce the stigma. And so that's my goal. That's Felicia and I's goal with the show. And we have some really great things coming up to reveal about that show. So I definitely hope that you will check it out and like and subscribe there also. If you have any questions or would like to know more about me, you can find me on Facebook at the Neurodiverse Nurse. Actually, I think you have to leave the "the" out when you search it on Facebook at Neurodiverse Nurse. You can also find me on Instagram at the Neurodiverse Nurse. There on Facebook, you're able to book a free 15-minute consultation with me to just talk about coaching and if it's right for you. I am working on my coaching certification, although I've been told that I don't necessarily need one because I've been coaching for so many years, working as a psychiatric nurse, and I have a lot of experience. But I wanted to do that not only for you so that you can feel confident in my services, but for myself, because I want to be able to use that title respectfully, and it just kind of helps my own self-esteem that I struggle with, and work on coaching myself toward feeling like I am good enough to do this. And so I hope that you will check that out. And if you're interested, I'm excited to hear from you. So again, if you don't mind liking and subscribing to the channel, I would appreciate that. And I hope to see you soon with my next topic, which will be on MBTI. That is the Myers-Briggs Typing Indicator. And I'll talk about myself, as I am an ENFP. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed meeting me. Have a wonderful day. Take care of your mental health. Much love. Bye-bye.